right, everyone. It is the start of award season.
Yes.
So super pumped about this. Honestly, I have to say my most memorable thing that ever watching the award season was probably the Oscars the year before Leo won his Oscar, and it went to Matthew McConaughey. I was pissed. And that was for Wolf of Wall Street. He got beaten out by Dallas Buyers Club, but I mean, you know, he won the next year because of The Revenant.
But I mean, come on, Dallas Buyers Club.
I know, but Wolf of Wall Street was such a good movie.
Yes, it was.
What would you say was your most memorable?
Oh, man, there's a couple. I mean,
you were around for. They like me. They really like me.
Yes, I was.
Yes,
but
you were.
I was young. I was really young, so I probably wasn't watching it. But yes, I was around for Sally Field's memorable moment. I don't know. There's a couple of like really good. Halle Berry when she won. You know, just the overwhelming appreciation that she had, and you know the raw emotion. And of course, Benicio like jumping over seats and kissing her, like that was hilarious.
That was crazy.
You know, that was crazy. So that was probably pretty interesting or whatever. And then I think the most like thing that stands out the most though, like the what the fuck did I just see happen kind of a thing, is when like Angelina Jolie tongued her brother.
That was weird. That was really weird.
I'm like, what is going on? What the fuck did I just see on the Oscars right now? And then the other would be Oprah, Uma, Oprah. Yeah, David Letterman's like big. I thought it was hilarious. Did not go over well with Oprah. They had a little spat after that, whatever. But we love Oprah. We love Dave. They mended. It's all good. It's like so. But I mean, those are just some things that I remember from the award season that are pretty good. So.
It's so good. It's so good. Well, you guys know we got some nominations to talk about, and I mean, it's gonna get crazy, guys. It's gonna get crazy. Yes. Let's get into it. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Crazy Ant Farm. Holy moly, we're on episode 148.
Ooh, 2 away from the big 150.
Absolutely bonkers, man. Yes. We got something special for the 150. We got a returning guest coming on to talk about an amazing project.
It's true.
Just a little tease.
Just a little tease.
Oh, my goodness, guys. You guys know, I mean, you've been around long enough to know you're a host with the most, myself, J-Lo Fantastic, and the one and only Mal.
What's up?
Hello, all you newcomers out there.
Hi.
Welcome to the podcast, Inside the Crazy Ant Farm, where if it's going down in Hollywood, we are talking about it.
That's right.
Man, I mean,
the good, the bad, and the ugly.
The good, the bad, and the freaking ugly.
That's right.
Oh, my goodness. So many nominations from the Golden Globes and the SAG Awards.
Yeah.
I mean, streaming, man. Streaming is huge right now.
I mean, whoo. Some streamers got their first nominations.
Yeah.
But as usual, and we're going to talk, like Netflix.
Yeah.
I mean, while Disney Plus is like steaming up Netflix's ass and about to pass them, I think
it's
relatively
for subscribers, yeah.
But as far as awards go, man,
I know
everybody's still trying to catch Netflix.
I know. I'm a little surprised because Amazon, I believe, it was, in my opinion, the top like performer when it comes to the awards, especially when it comes to television. But I mean, Netflix, they're the underdog.
It's
they
true.
cannot be like, you know. You can't forget about
it. And then
Netflix.
HBO Max, will they try to, like... Because remember when HBO dominated everything, and then Netflix took over, and HBO was like, what the fuck? Will HBO Max finally maybe... I don't know, but, you know. I do like Perry Mason.
Yes.
I did check that first time.
There you go. Okay. There you go. Oh, my goodness, guys. We have a crazy, crazy show. Like I said, nominations. We got talking about the streaming wars, more television announcements. I mean, it's an amazing show. It's a packed show, so be prepared. Strap in. Get your drinks ready, get your popcorn ready. It's going to be a fun ride.
Yeah.
But before we get this thing started, be sure to head over to our website, www.crazyantmedia.com, where you can start rocking the latest and greatest Crazy Ant Media gear. New podcast merch is up right now. Antoinette is up right now. I mean, Valentine's Day merch is up right now. Like, a lot of good stuff, man.
A lot of good stuff.
Yes. But let's jump into it. Golden Globes. The nominations for the 78th Golden Globes are officially out, and Netflix literally dominated both film and television nominations. Like, insane.
Yeah, you want to know? Let's break down the numbers. Okay, for television distributors, Netflix 20 nominations. HBO had 7, plus HBO Max had 2, so 9 altogether. Yeah. Hulu had 6, Pop TV 5. What the fuck?
I know. I was surprised by that one.
I know. Showtime had 5. Amazon Studios had 3. Apple TV had 2. AMC had 1. BBC America 1. Disney Plus 1. Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Don't worry. WandaVision, it's coming next. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
FX Networks 1 and NBC 1. And then the dominance continued. For movies, motion picture distributors, Netflix 22. Yes, you heard that right. So 42 total. It's insane. Amazon had 7. Focus Features 5. Searchlight 5. Sony Pictures 5. Walt Disney Studios and Motion Pictures 5. Warner Brothers Pictures 4. Universal 3. Hulu 2. Neon and Hulu 2. STX Films 2. Vertical Entertainment IMAX 2. A24 1. I was shocked by that because they're normally like up there.
Very artsy.
Apple and A24 1. Apple and G Kids 1. Magnolia Pictures 1. Samuel Goldwyn Films 1. And Shudder 1. Like, again,
crazy.
Not even close to 42 nominations.
Netflix is dominating right now. I mean, a lot of their stuff, we've been talking about it on the show. So, I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. So, I mean, let's dive into this thing. We're starting with television.
All right.
Best performance by an actor in a television series, musical, and or comedy. We got Don Cheadle for Black Monday.
Yes.
Nicholas Hoult for The Great. Eugene Levy for Schitt's Creek. Jason Sudeikis for Ted Lasso. And Rami Youssef for Rami.
I'm just going to say I love Schitt's Creek. Don't get me wrong. I love Eugene Levy. But enough is enough with that. Let's not make the whole fucking show about that again. There are other people.
That was the Emmys, man. Yeah, it took over the Emmys.
There are other people. The Golden Globes don't need to repeat that.
No.
All right. So, of course, we got to do best performance by an actress in a television series, musical, or comedy. This first one makes me very happy. Lily Collins, Emily in Paris, because I'm a huge Lily Collins fan. Everybody knows it.
We all know.
Kaylee Cuoco, the flight attendant. All those years, she broke down into tears. All those years, she didn't get a nomination for Big Bang Theory. She finally got one for Flight Attendant. Good for you, Kaylee.
Well worth it.
Yes, indeed. Elle Fanning for The Great. Jane Levy. Yeah, Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist. Catherine O'Hara, Schitt's Creek. Kudos to Zoe and Austin Winsberg and to Jane and Austin Winsberg and everybody involved with that show. Only network.
Yeah.
The only network
literally
for that category that got nominated. So NBC. So kudos.
That's the one who I'm pulling for as well. So we'll see, man.
Yeah, I would be happy with that. And of course, Lily.
Of course.
Or Kaylee.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with any of those, but Jane.
Yeah.
But
you know. Best performance by an actor in a television series for a drama. Jason Bateman for Ozark, obviously. Josh O'Connor for The Crown. Bob Odenkirk for Better Call Saul. Al Pacino for Hunters. And Matthew Rhys for Perry Mason.
Yes, just based on the first episode. Yes, give it to Matthew. Woo, that was good.
I know.
Best performance by an actress in a television drama. Olivia Colman, The Crown. Jodie Comer, Killing Eve. Oh.
Right.
Emma Corrin, The Crown. Oh. I mean, Princess Di. That's going to be tough right
there. I know, right?
Laura Linney, Ozark. And Sarah Paulson, Ratchet.
That makes sense, man. That makes sense. Best performance by an actor in a limited series or motion picture made for television. We got Bryan Cranston for Your Honor.
Yes.
Which, I mean, you said this one was amazing.
It's fucking awesome, yeah.
Jeff Daniels for the Comey role. I mean, this,
yes.
Of course. Hugh Grant for The Undoing. Mark Ruffalo for I Know This Is Much Is True, and Ethan Hawke for The Good Lord Bird.
Yep.
So interesting.
Woo! And then, of course, we've got actress in a limited series motion picture made for television. Kate Blanchett, Mrs. America. I've heard really great things about that. But Daisy Edgar Jones, Normal People. Shira Haas, Unorthodox. Nicole Kidman, The Undoing. And here's your winner right here, if I'm betting. Anna Taylor-Joy, The Queen's Gambit.
Let's get it.
Yeah, let's do it. All right.
That's what I'm pulling for. You already know. The best television series as a drama, I mean, maybe The Crown, Lovecraft Country, which is fucking blowing up everywhere. I wouldn't be surprised if that one got it.
Yeah.
But The Mandalorian is also in here, so I'm also pulling for The Mandalorian. And then we got Ozark and Ratchet, so we shall see. I could possibly see Ozark having a good night because it's the final season.
Yeah.
And so I hate when they do that, but
and because they've won so much,
they have,
deservedly so. But
yeah.
I like when they do it if it's the last season and they hadn't won a lot prior, but they have. So best television limited series or motion picture made for television: Normal People, The Queen's Gambit, Small Axe, The Undoing, and unorthodox.
A lot of good ones there, man. A lot of good ones. Best performance by an actress in a supporting role in a series, limited series, or motion picture for television. Helena Bonham Carter for The Crown, Julia Gardner for Ozark, Annie Murphy for Schitt's Creek, and Cynthia Nixon for Ratched.
Yes.
That's such a good category.
Ooh, best performance by an actor in a supporting role in a series, limited series, or motion picture made for television. John Boyega, Small Axe.
Oh, boy.
Brendan Gleeson, The Comey Rule, Trump. I mean, if you guys didn't say, so good.
Second episode.
Daniel Levy, Schitt's Creek. Jim Parsons, Hollywood. Holy shit.
That one.
Oh, my gosh. And Donald Sutherland, The Undoing. I think it's got to go to Jim Parsons for Hollywood.
If you haven't seen that fucking performance is so different from Sheldon Cooper.
And scary.
So scary.
I mean, Brendan Gleeson's fantastic as Trump, but I got my money's on Jim Parsons.
Yeah, I'm pulling for that one as well. Best television series, musical, or comedy, Emily in Paris, The Flight Attendant, Schitt's Creek, The Great, and Ted Lasso.
My money's on Ted Lasso.
I mean, I'm just saying, Ted Lasso is super underrated. If you haven't started watching this thing, it's hilarious.
But I would be fine with The Flight Attendant.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Agreed.
And I want Emily to win, Lily Collins to win, but I don't think Emily in Paris is going to win that.
Yeah.
Okay. Going to film. Time to film.
Yes.
Film. Best motion picture, musical, or comedy. Because remember, the Golden Globes, they break it up.
Yeah. And,
comedy and then drama. Instead of just best motion
it's
picture.
Interesting.
So anyway, best motion picture, musical, or comedy. Borat, the subsequent movie film. Hamilton.
Yes.
Music. Palm Springs. And The Prom.
If they don't give it to Hamilton, I'll be pissed.
You can't have a category that's best picture musical. And not give it to Hamilton.
Oh my gosh. I'd be so pissed.
If that doesn't happen, it's a total fail.
Yeah.
Total fail.
Somebody's rigging something.
The Russians.
Yeah, right.
I mean, that would be some crazy wacko shit right there. Like,
my goodness. Best motion picture for a drama, The Father, Mank, Nomadland, Promising Young Woman, and The Trial of the Chicago 7. Woo. This category is tough.
Yeah, Mank, I would... so fucking good. Mank was so good.
Yeah.
And The Trial of the Chicago 7, absolutely amazing. What I don't understand is not on here is One Night in Miami. Totally confused because both Mank's director and The Trial of the Chicago 7's director, Fincher and Sorkin, were nominated for Best Director.
Yeah.
Regina King was, but her movie ain't Best Picture? What the fuck?
That doesn't make sense.
It makes no sense. And her actors were.
Yeah.
You're about to see in the categories as we read them, her actors were. How you nominate the actors and the director and not the movie? What the fuck?
Makes no sense.
Okay. All right. Anyway.
All right.
Best motion picture, foreign language.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Now, see, this was your turn, and you just dumped this one on me because of foreign language. I know you.
I just said the last one. I said the last one.
All right, no, it's fine. It's fine.
I was happy you got this one, though.
Yeah, okay. Another round. Denmark. That was easy enough.
Yeah.
La Llorona. Ah, yeah. Guatemala and France. Ooh. Okay. The Life Ahead. Italy. Minari. USA.
That right?
And the two of us, France. All right, that was easy enough. I thought, but
so funny. Best screenplay for a motion picture. We're going Emerald Fennell for Promising Young Woman, Jack Fincher for Mank, Aaron Sorkin for The Trial of the Chicago 7, Ferran Zeller for Christopher Hampton the Father, and Chloe Zhao for Nomadland.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going Sorkin or Fincher for this one, and it's not David Fincher, his brother.
Yeah,
or dad, one of them. I think it was his dad, actually. Okay. Anyway, best original song motion picture: "Fight for You," Judas and the Black Messiah; "Hear My Voice," The Trial of the Chicago 7; IOC, The Life Ahead; "Speak Now," One Night in Miami; "Tigers and Tweed," The United States vs. Billie Holiday.
It's very interesting that anything from Hamilton's not on here.
And yeah,
Like,
I mean,
that's my
like,
opinion. And Judas and the Black Messiah hasn't even come out yet.
Yeah.
I mean, the Golden Globes does that shit.
Well, that's because the foreign press, so they see it
They've
because it
seen
might
it.
have already been released foreign and not.
Yeah.
It's kind of fucked up.
It is. Best Actor in a Supporting Role in Any Motion Picture, Sacha Baron Cohen for The Trial of the Chicago 7. Daniel Kaluuya for Judas and the Black Messiah. Jared Leto, The Little Things. Absolutely fucking crazy in that movie if you haven't seen it. Bill Murray for On the Rocks. And Leslie Odom Jr. for One Night in Miami.
Yes. Oh my god, I cannot stress enough that movie should have been nominated. Best Actress in a Supporting Role in Any Motion Picture. Glenn Close for Hillbilly Elegy. Olivia Colman, The Father. Jodie Foster, The Manchurian, Amanda Seyfried, Mank, and Helena Zengel, News of the World. Ooh, yeah, is that the young girl? I think that's the young girl. I believe
so. Yeah, that's awesome. Best Actor in a Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy. Sacha Baron Cohen for Borat, a subsequent movie film. James Corden for The Prom, which apparently is pretty good. I haven't gotten to check that out one yet. Lin-Manuel Miranda from Hamilton. Dev Patel from The Personal History of David Copperfield, and Andy Samberg from Palm Springs. I know.
Man, that's a tough category,
I'm going Lynn.
Okay, Best Motion Picture Animated. Now, I'm going to read all of them, but there's really only one clear winner. I'm just going to say it. I'm just saying. The Croods, A New Age, Onward, Over the Moon, Wolfwalkers, and the winner, Soul. If you haven't seen Soul from Pixar, first of all, what?
Yeah.
And second of all, watch it. And third, then you'll see why I said it's the winner.
Exactly.
Hands down, I don't even think this is a competition.
Yeah. Onward is really good, though. Onward is really good. Yeah, and I mean, those are both Pixar films. So.
Yeah. Onward, definitely. But I just think Soul above and beyond.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Agreed. Best Actor in a Motion Picture Drama, Chadwick Boseman. Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Yep. That's a great film. Have you watched it yet?
I have not yet.
Oh, man.
I need to.
It's so good. Riz Ahmed from The Sound of Metal. Anthony Hopkins, The Father. Gary Oldman, Mank, and Tahar Rahim from The Mauritanian.
There you go.
So, yeah, man. I'm guessing Chadwick for that one.
I would guess so.
Yeah.
I would guess so. And then in the SAG Awards, too, which we're going to be talking about soon, he made 4 nominations for different... all posthumous, but all well-deserved if he gets them.
Agreed.
Best Actress in a Motion Picture Drama. Ooh, this is a tough one, y'all.
It is.
Viola Davis, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Andra Day, The United States vs. Billie Holiday. Vanessa Kirby, Pieces of a Woman. Have y'all seen that? Woo! Shit, she's good in that. Frances McDormand, No Man's Land, and Carey Mulligan, Promising Young Woman. Damn, that's a tough one.
That is a tough category, man. Best Actress in a Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy. Maria Bakalova from the Borat sequel. Kate Hudson from Music. Michelle Pfeiffer from French Exit. Rosamund Pike from I Care a Lot. And Anya Taylor-Joy from Emma.
Yes.
It's crazy because that one came out a while ago.
It did. She could have a big award season, though.
She could.
Best Actor in a Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy. Sacha Baron Cohen, Borat subsequent movie film. James Corden, The Prom. Lin-Manuel Miranda, Hamilton. Dave Patel, The Person in History. And Andy Samberg, Palm Springs.
Yes. So good. Best Director of a Motion Picture, David Fincher, Mank. Regina King, One Night in Miami. Aaron Sorkin, The Trial of the Chicago 7. Chloe Zhao for Nomadland. And Emerald Fennell for Promising Young Women.
3 women. That's
huge.
History breaking right there because in the 77-year history of it, they've only nominated 7 women total for the director, and they've got 3 this year alone, so that's fantastic. It should go to Regina King. I think it's going to go to Fincher or Sorkin, but it should go to Regina King. I'm just saying.
Yeah, directorial debut, too. So that would be amazing.
And it's brilliant.
Agreed.
Best Original Score. Ooh, The Midnight Sky, Tenet, News of the World, or Mank. My money's on Mank. I can't say enough about that film. I loved it.
Yeah, I can tell. Well, that was the Golden Globes. Now let's head over to the SAG Awards. I mean, those weren't the only nominations that were announced this week. Like we said, I mean, a lot of freaking Netflix, man. They also dominated the SAG Awards. I mean, let's jump into it. For the films, ensemble cast in a motion picture, Da 5 Bloods, a Spike Lee joint.
Yep.
Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, absolutely brilliant.
Yep.
Minari, and then One Night in Miami, and Trial of the Chicago 7. That one's hard.
I mean,
that one's really hard.
The cast in One Night in Miami is freaking epic, man. And Regina King just directed the shit out of them. But then Ma Rainey and the Trial of the Chicago 7, man.
That's
that
a
cast
tough
is
category.
like, holy shit. Yeah, I wouldn't even know where to begin.
No.
Male actor in a leading role in a motion picture. You've got Riz Ahmed for Sound of Metal, Chadwick Boseman, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Anthony Hopkins the Father, Gary Oldman Mank, and Stephen Yeun for Minari.
Yeah, man. And a female actor in a leading role in a motion picture. Amy Adams for Hillbilly Elegy, Viola Davis, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Vanessa Kirby, Pieces of a Woman, Frances McDormand from Nomadland, and Carey Mulligan from Promising Young Woman.
And that echoes and copies the Golden Globes for women in a drama.
Literally.
So there's your money on the Oscars. I mean, the SAG Awards and the Golden Globes usually always are good predictors for the Oscars, and so I think that's pretty solid right there. Male actor in a supporting role in a motion picture. He's everywhere. Sacha Baron Cohen for The Trial of the Chicago 7. Chadwick Boseman for Da 5 Bloods. Daniel Kaluuya for Judas and the Black Messiah. Jared Leto for Little Things. And Leslie Odom Jr. for One Night in Miami.
That's crazy. Jared Leto's getting nominated for everything for this film. And there's 2 other Oscar winners in this thing. So it just shows how much his performance stood out. Female actor in a supporting role in a motion picture. Maria Bakalova from the Borat sequel. Glenn Close, Hillbilly Elegy. Olivia Colman, The Father. Yong Yug-jung from Minari. And Helena Zingel from News of the World.
Again, pretty much a direct repeat of the supporting.
Man.
And this is what I love about the SAG Awards. Stunt ensemble, because these people get the shit done all the time. The Oscars should recognize the fucking stunt people. This needs to happen. Kudos to SAG for doing it.
Agreed.
Stunt ensemble. He's just stunting right now.
Stunting right now.
Stunt man was just behind the mic right there. Stunt ensemble in a motion picture. Da 5 Bloods, Mulan. Whoo, yeah. News of the World, The Trial of the Chicago 7, and Wonder Woman 1984.
Yeah.
Oh, so there you go.
I know, right? It's absolutely epic. Now heading over to television, ensemble cast in a drama series. Better Call Saul, Bridgerton, which was huge this year, so I would be surprised if that took home some awards. The Crown, Ozark, and Lovecraft Country.
Ooh,
I know.
Man.
I know.
Male actor in a drama series.
Yes, you got
Bateman,
this one.
of course. Jason Bateman, Ozark. Sterling K. Brown, This Is Us. Josh O'Connor, The Crown. Bob Odenkirk, Better Call Saul. And Regé Jean-Page for Bridgerton.
Yes. Female actor in a drama series, either from The Crown or Ozark. We got Gillian Anderson from The Crown, Olivia Colman, The Crown, Emma Corrin from The Crown, Julia Garner from Ozark, or Laura Linney from Ozark.
Woo, and this one's going to be tough. Ensemble cast in a comedy series. Dead to Me, The Flight Attendant, The Great, Schitt's Creek, Ted Lasso.
Damn. Yeah, that one's going to be a tough one, man. I'm so glad we're not one of those judges. Male actor in a comedy series, we got Nicholas Hoult from The Great, Dan Levy from Schitt's Creek, Eugene Levy from Schitt's Creek, Jason Sudeikis from Ted Lasso, and Rami Youssef from Rami himself.
Yes, and then, of course, female actor in a comedy series, Christina Applegate, Dead to Me, Linda Cardellini, Dead to Me, Kaylee Cuoco, The Flight Attendant, Annie Murphy, Schitt's Creek, Catherine O'Hara, Schitt's Creek.
Oh, man, I'm pulling for Linda.
Yes.
Male actor in a television movie or limited series, we got Bill Camp from The Queen's Gambit, Daveed Diggs from Hamilton,
yes.
Hugh Grant for The Undoing, Ethan Hawke for The Good Lord Bird, and Mark Ruffalo, I Know This Much Is True. That's a tough one, man.
That is a tough one. And the question is what did Daveed get nominated for? Because he played 2 characters.
He did.
If you haven't, he should get it just because he played 2 characters. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly.
All right. Female actor in a television movie or limited series. Kate Blanchett, Mrs. America. Michaela Cole, I May Destroy You. Nicole Kidman, The Undoing. Anya Taylor-Joy, Anya Taylor-Joy. The Queen's Gambit. Kerry Washington, Little Fires Everywhere.
Damn.
Ooh.
Yeah, Little Fires Everywhere is absolutely fucking brilliant, especially Kerry Washington's portrayal of the character. Whew, man, that one's going to be difficult. Stunt ensemble and a comedy or drama series, all of these deserve awards, man. The Boys, Cobra Kai, Lovecraft Country, The Mandalorian, and Westworld.
Yeah.
Damn.
Whew.
I know. Cobra Kai, though, I mean, I'm pulling for Cobra Kai.
I'm pulling for Cobra Kai as well. I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
I mean, besides Boba Fett's, like, action scene in, like, the 3rd or 4th episode in Mandalorian, like, it's either Cobra Kai or Mandalorian for me, so we'll see.
Definitely. Now, and then this is going to be fun to go back and listen to the show and see if our predictions were at all correct.
I know, right?
I mean, that's always the fun part. But that wasn't it.
There
was a whole lot of industry news other than the awards.
Exactly.
You've got all the studios that were behind all of the awards right now, including the Mouse House, Disney, and more Marvel news.
Yes.
This is exciting and totally makes sense to me. Series about Wakanda, set in Wakanda.
That's
Forever.
epic.
That's right.
That's so cool.
Is in development at Disney Plus, and of course it would be because Ryan Coogler just signed a new deal with Disney, exclusive with Disney, and he's going to be behind it because he's behind Black Panther and all that. So could you do a Wakanda series without Ryan Coogler? I wouldn't think so. But he's not just going to do that for Marvel and stuff. Apparently this deal with his Proximity Media signed with Walt Disney exclusive, and he's going to direct and produce content for all of the different Disney outlets, so not just Marvel. So that's badass.
Yes.
And of course he's hard at work on Black Panther 2 right now and everything, so that's exciting.
Goodness. Ryan Coogler and fucking Donald Glover for a fucking Lando series. Badass.
Oh my gosh.
That would be so good.
That would be badass. This one just breaking right now.
Today,
yeah. Blade, the Vampire Slayer, you guys know it's coming into the MCU. They found its writer, and I'm fucking stoked about this because she's awesome. Stacey Osai Kofur. You might know that name. It sounds very familiar, right? That's because she was the story editor and head writer on the acclaimed limited series Watchmen with Regina King, superheroes, so this is perfect. She's been tapped to pen the script for the reboot, and apparently Marvel was like deep looking for like 6 months.
Damn.
Meeting with writers for this film, and what's really cool about it is the star of the movie obviously was involved in all of the negotiations, and they were specifically looking for black writers.
That's awesome. That's so good.
Yeah, so Marcella Ali, I guess, helped handpick who they wanted to do. I love it.
I do too. I wouldn't be surprised if he's made an executive producer on this thing.
Oh,
because,
that would be...
I mean, he's through in and throughout this whole process. So I love it. I love it. It's just epic, man. A lot of good things happening over at Disney, and they have handed out the pilot orders to 2 dramas that we've previously told you about. The first one being Epic for Once Upon a Time creator Adam Horowitz and Edward Kitsis.
There you go.
Epic is described as a romantic anthology that reinvents fairy tales for a new audience. Sources say it will be focused on Disney's properties, and the second drama pilot order is for Queens, and this one's going to be a hip-hop genre, or a hip-hop drama from Zara McKee, as potential series revolves around 4 estranged and out-of-touch women in their 40s who reunite for a chance to recapture their fame and swagger they had as, get this, nasty bitches from their 90s group that they made them legends in the hip-hop world. So that's awesome. It's kind of like Salt and Pepper becoming Salt and Pepper again.
Yes. Oh, man. And boy, but there's some drama going on there with Spinderella and shit.
Yeah.
They're all like some nasty fighting right there.
Right.
Like nasty bitches.
The
I mean,
nasty
bitches.
Woo!
All right. And of course, that's also added to the fact that Sam Esmail's Acts of Crime and 2020 Holdover Triage have been picked up also. So, but that's not it though. Our boy Kevin Costner, Yellowstone fame, Kevin Costner, everybody loves him. And he that styrofoam cup fix for the Gulf
that
with
guy.
the oil leak.
Yeah.
Whitney Houston's eulogy. What doesn't Kevin Costner do? I don't know.
Dude.
Anyway, he's making his way into television because ABC has given a pilot order to the drama National Parks, which hails from Costner himself. This project was first announced as being in development way back in 2019. What? Costner's going to co-write the series, and it's his first soiree into television, which is interesting. Here's this. Okay, this is interesting.
Yeah.
The log line describes it as this. While the national parks are known for their sweeping, beautiful landscapes, there is also darker, more sinister side to these parks that attract a vast array of criminal activity. National parks will follow the small group of elite What is this, Law and Order all
I
of a
know,
sudden?
right?
Elite NPS, National Park Service, for anybody who doesn't know, agents as they solve these crimes while protecting the national treasures.
I'll watch it.
I mean, it sounds interesting because, we do hear about that. People
do.
getting killed on camping trips in the
Yeah.
parks and stuff like that. So, I mean,
Yeah, I would definitely watch it. A lot of good stuff happening. And, of course, the Disney Plus reboot that we've been talking about, 3 Men and a Baby. It's gaining steam, man. They finally found a director.
Oh.
Mo Marable has been tapped to direct the movie for the streamer. We all know. Then we've also announced that Zac Efron is signed on to star in this pick. The original pick starred Tom Selleck, Steve Guttenberg, and Ted Danson. I mean, you guys know the freaking New York bachelors who find themselves caring and subsequently falling for an infant. So, I mean, they're just trying to be loving dads that aren't actually dads.
We were talking about that at out and about the other day about where is Steve Guttenberg?
Yeah,
he
right?
basically fell off the face of the planet after the Police
Kind of.
Academy movies.
Yeah.
What the hell? I don't know. This one is exciting, and you knew it was coming. It had to be coming.
I think it's necessary.
Dr. Anthony Fauci will be the subject of a new feature-length documentary called Fauci. From Emmy winners John Hoffman and Janet Tobias, Academy Award winner Dan Kogan, and two-time Academy Award nominee Liz Garpis. That's awesome. It's going to be done by National Geographic Documentary Films, so that's awesome, and they're going to deliver a rare glimpse into the long-standing professional career and personal life of the man, the myth, the legend himself, Fauci.
That's cool.
So, I mean, yeah, I'm really excited to watch this. I think it's going to be intense and deep, and I think it's needed, like you said, because there's so much mixed information about Fauci now.
Exactly.
Thanks to Orange Oompa Loompa.
Yeah,
there, so.
I mean, the media has portrayed this man in every which way. So, yeah, I mean, this is necessary. This is very necessary, and I'm excited. It's probably going to pop up on Disney Plus. I mean, National Geographic. So, Willow, the Disney Plus fantasy series that we've been talking about the past couple shows, based on the 1988 movie, has found its new director. We talked about a couple weeks ago that what's-his-face left.
John M. Chu.
John M. Chu, which we'll be talking about him a little bit later.
Yeah,
too.
some shady shit going
Interesting stuff. But Jonathan Entwistle, best known for well-regarding series The End of the Fucking World, and I'm not okay with this, has been tapped to direct the pilot for the show after the events of the film. I mean, so yeah, I mean, like we talked about, John Manchu left because of upcoming baby and all that good stuff. But yeah. I mean, I'm still excited for this series.
I am too. Willow's going to be badass. It was a badass classic epic from the 80s, and still Ron Howard and Imagine, and it's going to be badass. Yeah, that whole scheduling concerns and an upcoming baby due and wants to spend more time with the family. Is it? Because we're going to talk about that,
yeah,
John M. Chu.
Just wait.
The Wonder Years reboot that we told you about from Lee Daniels and Kevin Savage there. Or Kevin Savage. Fred Savage, who played Kevin. There it is. And I haven't even started the wine yet. It's okay. Anyway, that's moving forward at ABC. The Disney-backed broadcast network has handed out a formal pilot order now, so it's official. And while the original series starred Fred Savage as Kevin, as I just told you, middle-class family in the 1960s suburbs, this one's going to be about a family in the 1960s, a black family in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Or Alabama.
Montgomery.
Yeah, Montgomery. Not Atlanta. Montgomery, Alabama. It's right there, though. They're close. Yeah. They're just right down the road from each other. So it could have been Atlanta. Whatever,
yeah.
So this is great, though, because apparently Fred Savage was also involved in coming up with this idea with Lee Dan and pitching it. So that's and he's going to direct the first episode. So that's going to be badass.
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting series. Definitely going to have to give it a watch, at least for the pilot. ABC has also ordered Maggie, and this is based on the short film from Tim Kuruko. It's a single-camera comedy from 20th Television, revolves around a young woman who tries to cope with life while coming to terms with her abilities as being psychic. And she can see everyone's future, but her present is just absolutely a mess.
So she can't see her own, what can I do?
No.
I see.
Yeah. I know.
It sounds like a cheap knockoff of Zoe.
That's what I was just about to say. It sounds a little bit like Zoe's.
Let's capitalize on Zoe's. Come up with our own idea. Well,
they're going to sing and dance.
God, I hope not.
Mandy Moore, come with us.
Yeah, please. ABC's also picked up an untitled multi-camera comedy from Regina Hicks and Viola Davis and Larry Wilmore. It's going to be a hit. Viola Davis is involved in anyway. The project revolves around 3 sorority sisters who lost touch after college who reunite during a pivotal point in their lives. They realize that sometimes it's okay to crack, and when you do, no one will be there for you like your friends. This one's been in the work at Disney since 2017.
Damn.
So they just keep picking from the back lot there. And
yeah, right? They're like, hey, we have content. We have content.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. Good stuff, man. Well, now heading over to Warner Media. Oh, man. Warner Brothers has announced that Those Who Wish Me Dead is going to be a neo-Western film starring Angelina Jolie. Has set its release date for May 14th as part of the 2021 lineup that will be both theatrical released and debut on HBO Max. The film is described as a female-driven Western set amidst a wildfire raging in Montana wilderness. When a teenager witnesses a murder, he finds himself being pursued by twin assassins in the Montana wilderness.
Damn.
I know.
Damn. Is Kevin Costner going to show up?
Right?
I feel like Kevin Costner's going to be there to protect it and investigate that crime. I don't know.
But all kidding aside, female Westerns are huge right now.
They're huge right now. They're kicking. But Westerns in general, they're doing really well. So this is going to be exciting.
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
I'm excited for this next one, though.
Woo! HBO Max is launching a Batman podcast. Yes, you heard that right. A Batman podcast titled Batman: The Audio Adventures.
Yes.
A comedic take on The Dark Knight that sees Jeffrey Wright, who's playing Commissioner Gordon in the new Batman movie. He's going to be playing the Cape Crusader. And that's interesting. Dennis McNichols, a longtime writer for Saturday Night Live, is going to pen it and direct the multi-episode series. And in addition to Wright, this thing's got a huge cast.
Huge cast.
Chris Parnell, Melissa Versoth, Seth Meyers, Brent Spiner, John Leguizamo, Ike Barinsoss, Bobby Mohinan, Kenan Thompson, Rosario Dawson, Jason Sudeikis, Alan Tudyk, and on and on and on and on and on.
Dude, it's crazy.
I mean, it's insane.
No doubt DC is watching like the success of the Wolverine podcast that's huge right now.
Yeah. Now, we should say, we talked about this on the show a couple of weeks ago, that Spotify had signed a deal with Warner Media to do podcasts based on DC properties. This is separate from that deal.
Yeah.
It is not a part of that deal. So we'll just keep an eye on that and kind of see where it goes.
Very interesting. I'm excited for it, though. I'm excited for
Absolutely.
it. HBO Max has also announced that Elizabeth Faith Ludlow and Rizwan Manji will play the respective recurring characters in Kia's and Jamil's on James Gunn upcoming series for Peacemaker. Their character descriptions, of course, are being kept under wraps of the Suicide Squad spin-off show, which focuses on John Cena's title Mercenary, which I saw a thing today that said Warner Media just let James Gunn work. Like they left it hands off, like just let the man work. I thought that was awesome. And kind of a shot at Disney.
Yeah. Although to Feige's credit, he let him have free reign on Guardians of the Galaxy too. So who knows? I mean, but yeah, I think a smart move. And so, they do sound like original characters. I don't recognize those names, so it makes sense that they're keeping the character descriptions under wraps. That makes sense. HBO Max pilot Verbatim is rounding out its cast, and it's a pretty big one. Sarah Gilbert, Rob Hubel, Leland Orser, Lyria Bent, Tate Donovan, J.R. Garcia, and Kevin Dunn have all joined the project. The exact details of their roles are being kept under wraps. Of course. Because of course they are. You remember this is the one that about college. It's going to be about the college admissions scheme.
Yes.
So this is all dialogue is actually taken from real sources, primary news sources. And Chris Messina is going to star in the pilot, and it's going to be an anthology series based on the series of articles. So this is going to be cool because I'm
excited.
All the dialogue is basically real dialogue taken from sources and stuff. So
it's going to be good, man. It's going to be good. That was huge in the news there for a while. So makes sense. The CW has announced a ton of renewals this week, and breakout hit Walker. Oh my goodness, my buddy Padalecki. I wish I knew him, but I mean, that one is getting confirmed for a second season after just 2 episodes so far. So that is freaking awesome. And also The Flash, it's getting renewed for season 8, which makes sense. That's their biggie right now. Riverdale season 6, I'm surprised about. DC's Legends of Tomorrow, you're surprised about.
I am.
I mean, because, Black Arrow and the Canaries, you guys know about this past, but it's okay. It's okay. All-American Season 4, Charmed for Season 4, Legacies for Season 4, In the Dark for Season 4, Roswell, New Mexico for Season 4, Batwoman for Season 3. That one's doing really well, and I'm enjoying every second of it. Nancy Drew for Season 3, and Dynasty for Season 5.
Are you fucking kidding me? Charmed?
Charmed.
You wouldn't pick up Green Arrow and the Canaries, but you're giving Charmed another season?
Rip.
I just do not understand it. And I like Legends. Don't get me wrong. I think it's entertaining, it's fun, it's awesome and everything, but I would have much rather Green Arrow and the Canaries.
Yeah, well, it's the same with Black Lightning. Black Lightning was a very popular and entertaining show with a black lead protagonist. So don't you feel like that would be very necessary right now? So I don't know, man. It's Warner Media.
And we should say Supergirl and Black Lightning, they are coming back also, but these will be their final seasons.
Yeah.
And Walker did get an extended. They added more episodes to the first season, bringing their total up to 18. They also extended the order for Superman and Lois, which we said was picked up, but their total is going to be 15. No word yet on whether Superman and Lois is going to be picked up for a season 2. They haven't said. It's to be determined. So
yeah, is that one out yet? As people?
Not yet. They all debut in October.
I shall see. We shall see. Well, we were just talking about the All-Americans that just got renewed for, believe, Season 4.
Yep.
The CW is also developing a spin-off of that, and it's going to be starring Jeffrey Maya, a potentially new series titled All-American Homecoming. And it's going to see Maya reprise her role as Simone Hicks from the Mothership series. The CW will air a backdoor pilot. They're fans of those. For the show as an episode of its current third season of All-American. Maya began appearing in a reoccurring role in All-American in the second season. So
just word to the stars there, just because they give you a backdoor pilot
doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't mean you're going to get picked up. Green Arrow and the Canaries was the highest rated show of the season. They're backdoor pilot, but they didn't get fucking picked up. Just saying. Don't bet money on it. That's all I'm saying. Don't bet money on it. This next one, a little bit more serious. We found out, and hey, I'm wearing red because it's National Wear Red Day for heart awareness.
Yes.
Heart awareness. My brother passed. My dad passed. You guys know the history, so red. But now we know Michael Paradis, 38 years old. That's the contestant that we told you about that died on Wipeout after competing. Well, now we know what happened. Apparently, he did succumb to heart failure. He had a heart attack, and he had coronary artery disease, which went undetected. So they are given physicals before they do that, but as well I know in my family history, you can have heart disease and not know it and pass physicals with no problem at all and never even know. So, no fault there to wipe out saying that they missed something, but and no drugs or alcohol in his system or anything. So, but that's the official cause of death. He did die from a heart attack that was from coronary artery disease. So
it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Of course, thoughts and prayers go out to his family. Absolutely wild time.
Definitely.
Now heading over to Viacom CBS. According to sources, long-rumored Frasier revival could be coming soon at Paramount Plus.
Yes,
so,
I'm super stoked about this. Apparently, it's going to be focused strictly with Kelsey Grammer and David Hyde Pierce.
Yes.
Which, I don't know if that means the other supporting characters from the original Frasier are not coming back or if it's just going to be based on them and that. But I'm fucking super excited because this has been in the works forever. And by the way, apparently it was a money issue. Apparently it's been, they all thought that these guys were going to be asking for their $1 million an episode for when Frasier went off the air, they were all banking and they thought, it's going to be that.
It's like,
so I don't know, but it looks like it's getting really close, though.
That's good, man. That's good because, it's been a while. Of course, It's not going to be the same thing. A lot of cool things happening as well. You're a huge fan of this upcoming American Gigolo.
I am.
They just cast Leland Orser from brand new Cherry Flavor. He's going to star lead opposite of the one and only John Bernthal and Gretchen Mol in the Showtime pilot American Gigolo.
Yes.
So
he's going to play Richard Stratton.
Yeah.
The self-tech billionaire who's fallen deep into the world of untethered, ultra-wealthy, losing his love and his prized wife to Bernthal.
It's so interesting.
Duh. I don't care if you're a billionaire or not. Bernthal comes and says, I want your woman. He's getting your woman.
He's getting your woman.
I'm just saying. That makes total sense to me. Take your $1 billion. I'm fucking Bernthal. I'm taking your woman.
Oh, my goodness.
Paramount and J.J. Abrams' Bad Robot have brought on Joe Barton to write the script for an untitled sequel to Cloverfield.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Now, you guys might remember the original Cloverfield used found footage format. That shit has run its fucking course. Yeah. And thankfully, they realized that, and they're going to go in a different direction with the sequel. Man. They're not going to do that, so.
Thank goodness. Oh, man, that shit sucked there for a while. That popularity.
Oh, yeah. This next one, you don't even, know.
I have no idea. So you take the realms, my friend.
I watched this original show, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Jane Curtin, and I loved it. So I'm just going to say it. NBC has given a put pilot order to a reboot of Kate and Allie. What? Yeah, this is going to be The updated series hails from the writer, executive producer Eric Oyama. It follows two best friends raising their kids together in one household. They are like sister wives, only they don't have to pretend to love the same man with bad hair. Okay. Through their unconventional arrangement, the two prove romance isn't necessary to be a successful woman and mother. Now, the original Kate and Allie aired on CBS from 84 to 89. I was a teenager. I did watch it. Allison Smith was one of the daughters who went on to the West Wing.
That's cool.
And Rob Lowe fame. Yeah, all kinds of good stuff. 6 seasons and 120 episodes. And like I said, it was Jane Curtin from Saturday Night Live and Susan St. James. And it was a really, really good show, really fun show. I'm not a fan of reboots, but I am interested in seeing this one. So I think it's going to come down to who do you cast.
Yeah, exactly. It's got to be the right people. Yep. The Voice, which is huge for NBC right now, coming back for season 20. And it's going to premiere March 1st at 8 p.m., wherever you fall in that timeline, on NBC. And the return of Nick Jonas. He's coming back.
We totally called that.
Yeah, I feel like right now they're going to bounce back and forth between Gwen and Nick, which I like Nick. Don't get me wrong.
I do too.
He is a really good coach. And of course, he joins Kelly Clarkson, John Legend, and Blake Shelton. And this also marks the 10th year anniversary for this show. And of course, Carson Daly's coming back. So, just a lot of good stuff. It's a great show.
It's a fantastic show. I like Nick Jonas.
I
thought he was one of the better judges that they've had on there in a while. So that's exciting. Dun dun. Yeah, we've got some really cool news these next couple stories, and I'm fucking super pumped about it. Bones alumna Tamara Taylor is set as a lead opposite Christopher Maloney and Dylan McDermott in Law & Order Organized Crime. As you guys know, that's the NBC Law & Order SVU spinoff series. And the return of Stabler, which is going to follow Stabler's return to the NYPD to battle organized crime after a devastating personal loss.
Yes.
He's going to aim to rebuild his life and his career as a part of a new elite task force, because they're always elite task force in Law & Order, in the city's most powerful organized crime syndicate. And now you're saying, because we've been talking about this forever, but when? Well, now we know it's going to premiere the highly anticipated show at 10 p.m. April 1st. It's going to be a crossover with SVU. The first episode is going to be SVU. Stabler comes back, reunites with Olivia.
Brilliant.
And then spins off crossover into the new show. I'm so fucking pumped about that. I can't even just wait.
I know. That's going to be such a badass moment.
Yes, and Olivia better smack the fuck out of that boy. She'll be like, bitch, where have you been? What personal loss? What? You should have come to me. That's what. If it doesn't go down like that, I'm going to be upset.
Exactly.
And my question is now, because she's like a captain and shit, does she outrank him now?
Ooh. Shit. Interesting. I don't know.
Stuff, man. You've been gone a while, Stabler. So I'm just saying. She's moved up.
Universal is debuting a movie adaptation of Dear Evan Hansen in theaters September 24th. Ben Platt will be reprising his Tony-winning role as the character, and it's going to be a cinematic retelling of the popular Broadway musical that centers around Evan Hansen after the suicide of his classmate, Connor Murphy. Evan is he's caught up in a lie of Connor's parents, a mistake that Hansen gets from the suicide note, and it just basically deals with teenage anxiety and like all this crazy stuff. So yeah, man, it kind of sounds like 13 Reasons Why.
It does kind of sound like it was a hit, though. I mean, it was a huge hit, and I mean, and that's hard to do with that type of subject matter.
It is.
So I don't know. Speaking of another like huge musical hit, Wicked. Remember the prequel to The Wizard of Oz? It kind of tells the story about the witches before Dorothy lands there and everything, right? Now here's where we were talking about earlier with some shady shit.
This motherfucker.
Because guess who's attached to direct this? They just announced is going to direct this. John Chu.
What?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
The guy who said he had to step away from Willow because he's having a baby and needs more time with his family and he had some scheduling stuff, but now he's just got a bunch of free time to direct Wicked.
Yeah, apparently.
Like, well, I don't know, man. But yeah.
He's even taken over for another director.
Exactly. It makes no sense. He's replacing Stephen Daldry, who had long been attached to the project, but is pulling out because of adjusted timeline and unable to commit. So,
What? Shady.
Yeah, I don't know. I love John Chu. I think he's a fantastic director, and I think he's going to do great at Wicked, but he would have also done well with Willow, and I don't know.
Well, Disney saw this story and was like, what?
Oh, I mean, without doubt.
I mean,
I'd sue him.
I would too, because they probably had the negotiations, probably had the talkings. All right, I'm gonna resign from this position and wait a few weeks, and then we'll announce this. Like,
yeah.
It's
So
that type
I don't
of
know,
shit.
but I mean, you don't fuck with the mouse house.
You
That's
really
all I'm
don't.
saying.
I'm
It's
coming
just-
after you.
That's
Oh
what I
man,
mean.
Sony, going over to Sony. Naomi Watts is set to headline Bleecker Street, as I should say.
Yes.
The Sony's upcoming film Infinite Storm, and the story tells of Pam Bells, who is a mother, a nurse, and a mountain guide who's on a solitary trek up Mount Washington when she got caught in a blizzard. And leading a daring rescue of a stranger.
Oh, that sounds intense.
That does sound intense.
But Naomi Watts can pull that off.
Yeah,
there's
she
no
can.
doubt. Yeah, she's fantastic. Jeopardy has announced a new round. You guys know they're doing these like celebrity guests, right? Hosts to host in place of the past Alex Trebek.
I think it's because they're scared to name a new
I think
permanent
so
host.
too. I think so too. So you guys know we talked about this in the past. Who was out there? But they've named some more. This is interesting. Anderson Cooper, Savannah Guthrie, Dr. Oz, Dr. Gupta, and the latest television personalities are set to helm the show after following Bill Whitaker, Mayim Bialik, Katie Couric, Aaron Rodgers, and of course Ken Jennings, and previously announced. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very interesting, man. I don't know. I don't know even what to think about that.
Is Aaron Rodgers gonna have time? He's in that new relationship.
Yeah,
he's keeping it on the down low. She's kind of young.
Yeah. Does she even know what Jeopardy is? That's the real question. Anyway,
if you don't know, look up the gossip trades. You'll find out who he's dating now.
Exactly.
Yep.
Transitioning into the streaming juggernaut, Netflix. This one is very interesting, man. And we haven't had a poach like this in a while.
No, yeah, the poaching continues.
Yeah, former Disney Channel's worldwide executive Nancy Cantor has signed an overall deal with Netflix. And under this deal, her and her Available Light Productions banner will develop and produce animated projects and live-action projects, both feature films and series for kids, families, and audiences on Netflix. She worked for Disney for 20 years. Now, granted, her departure was announced April, but still.
And maybe it was one of those jobs that was eliminated because there were two when they merged with Fox or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows?
But
but
it's still shady.
It's still poaching. Netflix, y'all, they getting some serious power.
They are.
Okay, they are landing some serious names, including J-Lo. Not this one, but that would be awesome. Like,
that would be
but
awesome.
not that one. We're talking about, of course, Jennifer Lopez.
Yes.
She's set to star in the upcoming Netflix film The Mother. Nikki Cairo, who recently helmed Disney's Mulan remake, is in talks to direct it. The Mother, which Lopez is also going to produce, centers on a deadly assassin who comes out of hiding to protect the daughter she gave up years before. Oh,
Interesting.
That sounds J-Lo as an assassin.
Right?
What?
I know.
Hey, Rod, better hope those rumors aren't true about cheating.
Come after your
J-Lo
ass.
being an assassin, I'm just saying. Look out.
J-Lo has really stepped in front of the camera the past couple of years.
She has.
She kind of took a little break. Of course, Maid Mayhem and a couple of others, but now she's coming back. She's coming back better than ever. Naive Campbell has signed on for a leading role in the Linking Lawyer series. Of course, previously announced on Netflix. Previously joined Manuel Garcia Ruffalo. I didn't want to say Ruffalo. And who will be Mickey Haller. Runs his lawyer practice out of his trunk, and you guys know the story. It's a great story.
Yeah, and she plays the wife, it's a very complicated relationship because they're divorced, but she still loves him and she helps him, kind of stuff. So Neve Campbell, another one that's making a nice little resurgence back. She was on the final couple seasons of House of Cards, and then of course the Scream thing again, and now making this. So yeah, good to see her back too.
Right. Netflix dramedy The Chair is rounding out its cast. Bob Balaban, Naina Minshaw, and David Morse, and Everly have all been cast as series regulars in, The Chair. So, this thing is going to be huge.
Yeah. This is about that college story about the chair of the school board and all that. It's going to be interesting. We talked about it.
Yes.
Oh, Netflix has also renewed On My Block for a fourth and final season, because that's what they do. Not yet announced a premiere date for it, though, for the new 10-episode season. On My Block now joins a long list of fan-favorite series that have been given the final season orders, including Chuck Lorre's buddy comedy The Kaminsky Method, Liz Feldman's dark comedy Dead to Me. Oh.
Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah, Chris Mundy's money laundering drama Ozark, and Robia Rashida's Atypical, which centers on a teenage boy with autism, all getting their final walking orders.
All really good shows, too, man. All really good shows. This next one is very interesting to me, but, we've talked about it on multiple weeks that Paramount likes to just send off their titles to Netflix. Sonic the Hedgehog is getting a brand new 3D animated show for Netflix, and the 30-year-old character will be featured in Sonic Prime. It's going to be a kid and family series that will premiere worldwide on Netflix in 2022, and it's going to be a 24-episode series. What the fuck?
Wow.
Yeah.
And Paramount, they released their quarter numbers, and they all huge profits. Yeah, because you sold everything off to everybody else.
No shit.
Of course you had a profit. I don't know.
It's so funny, man. It's so funny. Heading over to Amazon. Amazon's upcoming anthology series, Solos, has lined up a star-studded cast, man. Academy Award winning actors like Morgan Freeman, Anne Hathaway, Helen Mirren, Emmy Award-winning actor Yuzo Abdaba, Nicole Bahari, and Anthony Mackie. So many other people, man.
Wow.
I know.
And so this is what? The 7-part anthology series that is described as exploring the deeper meaning of human connection as explored through the lens of each individual. It'll tell stories from each different point of perspective and a moment in time that illuminates the even during our most seemingly isolated moments. Deep. So that's kind of cool. They're going to... That is deep.
That is deep.
Morgan Freeman telling any isolated story about what he's going through at a particular moment in time will be badass. It's a Morgan Freeman. I want him to narrate my life.
I know. Just narrate my life. Oh, my goodness.
Ooh, this next one I'm super excited about because I watched it, and I'm a huge fan, and I think everybody should watch it. It's fantastic. I'm trying to get these guys to watch it. The premiere of Justin Timberlake's Palmer gave Apple TV its most watched weekend since the 15-month-old service started. The streaming service saw a 33% increase over average viewers, also due to the available sophomore seasons of M. Night Shyamalan's Servant and Dickinson. Those helped also boost into the numbers. But Palmer is fantastic, guys. It's just Alicia Wainwright from Raising Dion is in it also. Justin Timberlake, I just don't feel gets enough credit for his acting ability. He's a phenomenal actor, and this storyline focuses on him having to deal with a child. The relationship between him and the child actor in this film is just outstanding. Cannot recommend it enough, and I see why it boosted the numbers. I'm just saying it.
It makes sense, man. It makes sense. Apple Studios has also emerged as the winner of CODA, the film about a young hearing girl who grapples with breaking away from her deaf family, which was a sensation at Sundance apparently, and a record-setting purchase. Apple purchased this close to $25 million for the film, breaking last year's record-setting of Palm Springs scale of $22 million.
Yeah, that's an Andy Samberg one.
Yeah, so I mean, Apple has acquired the world rights to this thing, and I mean, it's going to pop up soon, so be prepared.
It's probably an investment. Look at Palm Springs at the top of our show with all the award nominations.
Yeah.
It was throughout there. Palm Springs was listed in both Golden Globe and SAG, so I mean, they're probably looking at it going, hey, $25 million, good investment.
Apple knows what they're doing.
Yeah, they do.
Apple knows what they're freaking doing.
Woo! That was a lot.
We did good.
That was, man.
We did good.
Got through all that.
I know, right? All right, now it is time for the top 5 segment, man. Oof, this one was very, very difficult.
It was.
I teased it a little bit earlier. I went on Instagram Live and was like, oh, shit. But it is top 5 disaster films this week. Damn. The first one that comes to mind, and I don't know why, is 2012 with John Cusack, which is on none of our lists, but...
Yeah, no, that's a good one.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. But, yeah, a lot of good shit, man. A lot of good shit. My number 5 is actually my 9. If you guys haven't checked this out yet, I believe it's on Netflix right now, or Prime, because everything's on Prime.
Oh, yeah.
This one stars our buddy Clint James in this bad boy, and we went to one of the premieres out in L.A. It was absolutely brilliant. It's about, like, the danger of coal mining and going underground, and how that the natural gas can fuck up at any point in time, and you could be trapped.
And I got to tell you, if you're claustrophobic, good luck with this one.
Yeah, dude.
Because there's this like scene where you're literally riding with them down into the mine, and it's like for real. They're going down there, and I swear to God, you feel like you're in that thing, like
Dude.
Going down. And, man, it is intense.
Yeah.
The whole film is intense and scary, but brilliant performance by Clint James, of course. The man, the myth, the legend. Good pick, man.
So good.
Good pick. My number 5, Dante's Peak, about the erupting volcano that's about to take out civilization. Not to be confused with the other one, Volcano, with Tommy Lee Jones and Anne Hesh. This is with Pierce Brosnan and Linda Hamilton. So basically the same story. It's about an overraging volcano that's about to take out civilization. But, so they both came out in the same year.
Yeah.
Pretty close to each other, like the same film, basically. But this one I liked better.
You like that one better?
Yeah, because Linda Hamilton and Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah.
I mean, it was good. I love Tommy Lee Jones. Don't get me wrong. I'm not just pick it. Volcano or Dante's Peak. You pick. My number 5.
Yes.
it's basically the same movie.
Exactly. It's like Godzilla versus Kong.
Kong.
Oh my goodness. Number 4 for me. I mean, of course, it hits home to every single American that was alive and know where they were during this time. World Trade Center. Nicolas Cage, Maggie Gyllenhaal, so many other people in this one, but just following firefighters, like going up the stairs, trying to find anyone and everyone they could to try to just save their lives, and then putting their lives on the line too, because the building could collapse at any moment. And it was an amazing film. I'm not that big of a Nicolas Cage fan. I've said that before, but this is one of my favorite films that he's ever done.
Yeah,
So-
it's an intense one, and like you said, very personal to a lot of people. And might be difficult to watch for a lot of people. So talking about my number 4 is probably also very difficult to watch right now because of everything going on with COVID and people who have lost so many lives with COVID and the whole thing. Contagion. Very much about a crazy disease that takes over civilization and starts wiping people out, and the CDC is desperately trying to find a cure to stop it. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But this one was, just absolutely amazing. Matt Damon, Kate Winslet, Jude Law, Gwyneth Paltrow. I mean, just a huge cast in this one. But scary and difficult to watch because it's like, what if? And now we're kind of, seeing what if
right now.
So, this is a crazy one. Contagion, my number 4.
Yeah, man. Number 3 for me was Super 8. I tried to nab this one before you could. But honestly, just saw it recently, probably about 2 years ago, I believe it was, for the first time. Oh my goodness, guys. So freaking good. One of J.J. Abrams' first films that he directed. Oh my goodness. It was absolutely brilliant. Of course, aliens, man. Aliens coming after us. And Elle Fanning, I mean, she was a little little tiny thing in that movie. So it was just absolutely brilliant filmmaking and aliens at the same time. If you haven't seen Super 8, definitely check it out. See a whole bunch of brilliant lens flares. It's great.
Oh, man. And what I love that J.J. Abrams does so brilliantly throughout that film is pay homage to all of his other projects that he's worked on. If you look, there's little Easter eggs to Alias and like all the other stuff that he's done. It's brilliant. It's fucking brilliant. Number 3, Wahlberg, Clooney. That should tell you everything right there, but I'm talking about The Perfect Storm. Man, that you guys, did you know it's a true story about the guy who's just so like in need of a big score with his fishing boat to save his vessel and everything, and he just continues to trek out into deep water, and then it happens like a hurricane and like another, and then like the perfect storm like comes together and just. Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah. He doesn't. I don't want to give away any survivors, but he doesn't survive. But the idea that it's a true story and that someone's desperation would take them to that length to try to achieve something, and a tragic ending. It's like it's intense. Yeah, it's intense. The Perfect Storm. If you haven't watched it, check it out.
Yeah, man, good one. It's a good one. My number 2 goes to Armageddon. This one, fucking, the cast is absolutely amazing. Believe it or not, this is one of the first like real movies like that wasn't geared towards children that I've ever watched. I mean, of course, Bruce Willis, Ben Affleck, Billy Bob Thornton, Liv Tyler, so many epic people in this one. Of course, like Meteor coming to fuck up Earth, and like you get all these oil drillers that are like, hey, we can help, or well, like, NASA recruited them. But it was just such an awesome, dramatic story, especially like with fucking, I know, when Bruce Willis died, it was so sad.
It was.
I mean, that was the start. I cry for everything when it comes to movies, guys, and that was the start of my crying. Bruce Willis dying. I'm just saying. I know.
And Liv Tyler's daddy had a huge hit, Aerosmith, with "I Don't Want to Miss a Thing."
Yeah.
Like, that was the theme song from that movie, and it was like probably bigger than the movie. And the movie was pretty big. But, so yeah, awesome, good pick, man. Yeah. I can't ever think of that movie and not think of that song.
You can't do it.
It's the Tylers, man. Liv Tyler, Steven Tyler, Aerosmith. Boom. Mine is Gyllenhaal. My number 2, Quaid and Gyllenhaal, and it was a fantastic movie as well about global warming and the effects of what's going to happen if we don't stop things.
Seriously.
Or if you're the other way and you just think it's the natural progression of Earth and this is what happens, okay. Either way, it's not pretty.
Yeah, exactly.
The day after tomorrow, where basically everything is frozen over and the ice age has come back and everybody's dying. Yeah, it's a little scary. And Gyllenhaal and the guys and then like they take shelter in a library and just trying to it's crazy. It's crazy. But it's also another. You know why it's so scary and why it's such a great disaster film is because it could happen.
Yeah.
It's like based on science and fact, and it could happen.
Yeah.
That's what makes it terrifying to me.
Seriously.
Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
I know.
Scary. Man. The day after tomorrow.
Yeah.
Let's hope.
Yeah. Honorable mention, The Road. I completely forgot about The Road. That one's so fucked up. A dad and his son, like 2 bullets left. One's for his son, one's for him. And god damn, that movie, man. That one's hard to watch.
It is.
That one's really hard to watch. Yeah, like I said, honorable mention. But my number 1, star-studded as well. Just a brilliant freaking movie. T. Hanks himself, Bill Paxton. You're going to be talking about him a little bit later. Apollo 13. This one, absolutely brilliant, man. I love, these are the type of space, NASA, outer space, like galaxy movies that I enjoy. Not Ad Astra, that one was out there. I love B. Pitt, but not fucking, it wasn't anything like Apollo 13. So good, man. So freaking good. I think it also draws more people in, too, when it's a real story.
Yep.
So, you know.
I mean, Houston, we have a problem.
It's true.
You hear that, you immediately know. Like Jim Lovell and the gang. Yeah. It's just fantastic. And the great honor of meeting Mr. Fred Hayes himself, one of the astronauts involved in the whole Apollo 13 stuff. Yeah. So Lil Cam got to meet him too back when she was a little itty bitty. But, he's an interesting fella and very, like, hearing him talk about it all, it's kind of like crazy.
I bet.
Yeah, Apollo 13, great pick. Yeah. Great pick. And as you said, Bill Paxton, what a loss.
I know.
What a loss, man.
I always forget that
I
one.
know.
I
know.
forget
It's
that.
tragic. I just hate it. But my number one also, Mr. Bill Paxton, and Helen Hunt, and another one. You know, the late Dusty. Dusty.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now.
Philip
Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah.
How could I not love a movie with Dusty? I'm talking, of course, about Twister. I mean, come on. The epic disaster film, right? Like,
Yeah.
oh shit, and they're chasing storm chasers. That thing got me so pumped to want to be a storm chaser.
Yeah, right.
And then I got the opportunity to chase some winter storms with Joel Young, who's a phenomenal meteorologist and likes to storm chase too. All we talked about was Twister. Like, yeah, wouldn't it be epic to chase tornadoes and like all this kind of stuff? It's like you got to be crazy to do that kind of stuff.
That's so funny.
But man, that film, the reality and the realism of it, and how like unexpected, they just come out of nowhere, and how they'll just tear one thing apart and leave something right next to it completely alone. And it's just, I mean, tornadoes are terrifying.
Yeah.
They are terrifying.
They are.
I loved it though. Every second of that movie I loved. Flying cows. Like, I mean, come on, man. Just always wear a belt.
Always.
That's a lesson learned from that film. Always wear a belt, because then you can strap that fucker hold and you're not getting blown up. So, you don't have a belt, you're fucked.
Exactly.
You're gone.
Like,
wee, gone. So,
good,
number one,
man.
Twister.
So good. What are your guys' top 5 disaster movies? End of the world movies. I mean, The Rock has a few out.
He
you got
does.
like Skyscraper and San Andreas. I never saw San Andreas actually.
No, me either.
To be honest with you, maybe we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it when we go see it.
And Paxton, of course, has another one. Like, we didn't even mention, it's not on our list, but Titanic. Disaster film Titanic.
I know.
Yeah. I intentionally did not put it on my list,
Yeah.
but I mean, you know, I'm sure it's on many, many people's favorites.
Oh yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, great movie, but you know, underwater shit.
Underwater.
G-Cam. Now heading over to box office recap. The Little Things did huge last week on theatrical releases and HBO Max. By far,
Yes.
I believe the most streamed movie on HBO Max so far.
Yep.
Behind Wonder Woman, but at standalone. The Little Things came in at $4.8 million at number 1. The Croods: A New Age came in at $1.8 million. Wonder Woman 1984 came in at 1.3.
Oh.
It's crazy it's still making that amount.
It is.
Like, The Marksman came in at number 4 with 1.2, and Monster Hunter came in with $740,000.
See Wonder Woman jump back up above The Marksman.
I did.
That's because Gal Gadot was like, yes, Liam Neeson, you have a particular set of skills, but I have fucking bulletproof bracelets, bitch.
Exactly.
And a lasso.
Exactly.
I am reclaiming my spot and riding lightning, bitch. No, I'm just saying.
Oh my goodness. New movies coming out possibly in a movie theater near you.
Ooh.
Dara and the Javenchach of what the fuck is that word?
I'm going to go with Hasanovac.
Yeah.
Hasanovac.
Hasinovac.
Dara of Hasfenazak.
There you go. Foreign film, I guess. I don't know. Probably not. Number 2.
No, it was a foreign film. It would have been easy, apparently.
Yeah,
like,
right.
from the Golden Globes, they were all easy. Like, Minori.
We got Falling also coming out, The Reckoning, and More Than Miyagi.
I want to see that. I want to
What-
see that. That's a documentary about Pat Morita that kind of explains the
Oh.
story behind he was more than just Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah.
And they kind of go into this long whole history of his career and like
Yeah.
all the kind of. I really want to see it.
That's really cool, man. That's really cool. Movies you can still go see, possibly in a theater near you. News of the World, Tom Hanks. Promising Young Woman. Got nominated for like everything.
Oh, yeah.
Fatal. The War with Grandpa. And
Bobby.
Our Friend. Yeah.
That's just teasing.
Yeah.
Bobby, our friend. I
Bobby,
wish.
our friend.
Bobby.
Yeah.
Bobby. He just will not go away.
He won't.
He's going to be there for like.
He's probably surprised. This is still up there.
Seriously. It's been there for like a year.
It has.
I mean, it's crazy.
It has. IMDb Pro, top trending segment. You guys know we love this app. If you are a star in the Atlanta region, be sure to check out our IMDb profile because we might have a project for you.
Yes.
I'm just saying. You guys know we cook with it, we eat with it, we shower with it, we do all the things.
Facts. No printer.
No print. What?
I learned that. See, you haven't heard it either. What? I'm telling you, all these young people.
No printer.
I said fax, and they said no printer. I'm like, what? And they're like, that's the thing now, apparently. Like, because back in the old days, fax machines and printers were all that, but it's not a fax machine with a printer and all that. It's just fax. No printer.
It's just funny that you learned that before the young guy. That's
yeah. I mean, I thought I was like, no, my daughter and they've never heard of this. And Emily was like, different Emily. She's like, totally. Everybody that age knows it. Fax, no printer. It's like everybody says it. I'm like, I've never fucking heard it before, but I just used it, Emily. I just used it. So there you go.
That's
fax,
so
no printer.
Great. Oh my goodness. Well, anyway, the top trending movie is by no surprise, and it's because we've been talking about it, of course. Godzilla vs. Kong.
All because of our post.
It's
number
all
one
because
of
of
us.
I'm just saying.
Kong.
Whatever, dude.
He's
Fucking,
king.
I mean,
he's king of the monsters for a reason. He's going to beat that blizzard.
Yeah, just because King George III has king in front of it doesn't make him not crazy.
Are you trying to say Kong has a stutter?
I mean,
what are you saying? The king's speech.
I mean,
his speech is gonna. I beat that lizard.
Is it? He's gonna fucking flame that shit. Top trending TV show by no surprise, WandaVision.
What?
I don't see this one going away anytime soon.
No, and guys, did you see today's episode? Holy fuck! Do not fuck with Wanda. I keep saying that, but do not fuck with Wanda.
Don't do it.
Oh, man, she's like,
what?
Them eyes turn red, and the fucking like, and they started throwing out some comic terminology. They used hex. I was so fucking pumped. Hex. Yeah, okay. All right.
Okay.
Anyway.
All right. Geek it back. The top trending star is Cloris Leachman.
Oh, yeah, for passing away.
Yeah. It's pretty sad.
I'm betting next week we should say Christopher Plummer.
Yeah.
Also passed away today. Oh, my gosh. What
a
legend. So I'm betting that will be.
Yeah.
And maybe, too, like the top trending star also could be for the wrong reasons, Armie Hammer next week.
Bruh. Dropped by everything.
Yeah,
his career's done.
I think he's pretty much done.
Yeah.
Over. He's sinking faster than the Winklevoss twins that he played in. Remember them? Of course you don't. That's what we're going to be saying about Armie Hammer soon. Remember him? Nope. Sure
I have
don't.
no idea. Oh my goodness.
Damn, that was like harsh. I know. I'm sorry.
That's great though.
Facts.
Oh my god. No printer.
Take that back to little Cam. See what she says.
Yeah, right. So great. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for getting crazy with us on episode 148 of Inside the Crazy Ant Farm. We had a blast. Be sure to follow the company on social media at Crazy Ant Media. And, of course, you guys know you can follow the podcast as well at ItCap Podcast. And be sure to follow us both personally. Myself, JLo Fantastic, on all on all social media platforms, and
Crazy Ant Guy 1970 on all podcast social media platforms.
Facts.
Yeah. No printer. No printer. You don't need the printer anymore. You don't need all that stuff together. You do it all from your phone. Just like, you know.
Yeah. In a few years, they'll be like, what's a printer? Like, you can print from your iPhone.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, my goodness.
Exactly.
And now you can subscribe to the podcast anywhere you get your podcast. Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play Music, iHeartRadio, Podbean, Stitcher, and so much more. If you're watching this video on YouTube, hello. Be sure to like that video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell.
Got a response.
Snap.
We're working on it. It's getting close. I can feel it. I can feel it, man. It's getting close.
Negotiations. So excited.
Anybody my age knows exactly what that means. But you just stay tuned.
Just stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Oh my goodness.
She totally had a printer and
oh yeah,
facts.
Facts. Oh my goodness. And you guys know, be sure to head over to our website www.crazyantmedia.com where you can start rocking the latest and greatest Crazy Ant Media gear right here, right now. New podcast gear and Antoinette up everywhere. If you go on there literally today and tomorrow, we have a 20% off sale going on. So be sure to
worth it.
Get it up while you can, man. Get it up while you can. You need that blue shit. Anyway, of course.
Aleve, of course. He's talking about Aleve.
Facts.
No printer.
Oh my goodness, man! You guys can tell we're crazy bonkers. Honestly, I love talking about the award stuff.
Yes.
Streaming. I mean, it more implements the fact that people are cutting the cords, and like one thing from a network was nominated. So
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, kudos to Austin Winsberg for such a brilliant creation, and for Jane Levy for like pulling off such a brilliant character.
Yeah.
Well deserved. Well deserved. I want to talk about what was not. What was not. That's
shit.
my two favorite things. In the One Night in Miami,
Yeah.
which totally should have been. I'm just saying, should have been on both the SAG Awards and the Golden Globes, and I'm not too happy about that. And again, I want to reiterate Green Arrow and the Canaries.
Yeah.
So what happens if you decide not to give that order to Superman and Lois? What, are you going to call them back?
Right?
Hey,
Like,
Cat, we made a mistake. Too late. Too fucking late. I'm just...
fucking bastards.
I'm just saying, my favorite parts of the show are when I get to complain.
Yeah.
I just,
You know.
what
Oh my goodness.
should have been.
And Wakanda. I'm super pumped for Wakanda
Yes.
too. That's gonna be badass. Marvel
Yes.
is moving into that television lane, and it's awesome. It's brilliant.
It's fucking brilliant. And kudos to them for their diversity. Iger said he was going to make it a mission, and he would continue moving forward with it, and they have.
Yeah.
So kudos to them for that.
Exactly. And you guys know we gotta honor and celebrate the only O that matters.
I bet she had a printer.
She did.
And a fax.
Facts. Oprah!